Hey loves, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a drugstore foundation get ready with me video. So if you're interested, you already know what to do. Alright, so of course to any look you must have your brows on fleek. It is a must. So to put my brows on fleek, I am going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. But hold on, I know you guys are like, what? I never thought she was going to do a video on drugstore foundation. Yes, I have finally decided to do one, and I think I found the perfect foundation. So if you want to know what I use, keep on watching. Alright, so of course I'm going to just prime my eyelid, and this is just going to keep the eyeshadow from creasing and also making it last a little bit longer. Now I'm going to be using this new Covergirl True Naked Golden palette that I got from CVS. This palette is okay. It's a mimic of the Urban Decay's Naked palettes, but I'm not really feeling it. But we just gonna make it work for the purpose of this video. So I'm using like a light brown as a transition color, and because there's not a dark matte color in the Covergirl palette, I'm going to go in my Naked palette and use a darker shade, which I think is Buck. If I miss anything, guys, everything will be below in the info bar for you guys to check out. So I'm just going to damp my brush a little bit with the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to go in with this light golden color. It's not really much fallout with this palette. I'm just really not a big fan of the color payoff. You definitely have to pack on the color. It is best to apply these colors with a damp brush, and I really wasn't feeling that it was so much shimmer shades that you really didn't get any matte shades or any natural matte shades. So I'm really not feeling this palette. But anyways, we're going to move on to the NYX liquid eyeliner, and I'm learning a new way on how to do my wing liner, so just bear with me, guys. Next, I'm going to be using the Maybelline just to line my waterline. And of course, because like I said, the Covergirl does not have a dark matte shade, so I have to use my Naked palette, which I am using Buck. And I'm just taking that shade and going underneath my waterline. And to make my eyes look a little bit more open, I'm going to be using that champagne gold color to add to the tear duct. And I'm going to be using the Rimmel London mascara to kind of open up my eyes a little bit more. So let's get to the fun part here, which will be the foundation process. So I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation under my eyes, the red circle. So of course what you want to do is use a color corrector. For African Americans, it's best to use like a peachy color to cancel out discoloration. And this is also going to keep your foundation from looking ashy as well, because it gives you more of an even skin tone. So as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I'm going to be using my Sigma flat top kabuki brush. I am in the color 330 toffee. I think I'll have it below in the info bar. And in case you're wondering, in MAC, I'm NC45, Nars, Tahoe, and in Makeup Forever, I am shade 170. So I'm just going to blend out this foundation. This foundation is very, very lightweight. It is a matte foundation. In my opinion, it is a light to medium coverage foundation. However, it is buildable. So far, I really do like this foundation. It blends in really good with my skin. I would definitely suggest that you go to the store and try your best to find your shade, because there's not a lot of shades for us beautiful African American women, but you know, it is what it is. So the foundation really does blend out pretty good. If you guys want to see a full review on this foundation, I will be filming one later this week. So I also picked up the concealer, which is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and as you can see, it's hella bright. I got the color shade 20 Sand, and I actually wanted the color 25, but it was sold out everywhere. But this highlighter is really, really popping. If you like for your highlighters to be bright and out there, this is the perfect shade for you. Now, even though it is very bright, it was really easy to blend. And the coverage on here is really good as well. I was very surprised at these two drugstore products on how well they worked and how well they blended into my skin. It was a very flawless, seamless look, which I absolutely love. I use like my foundation brush that I used earlier to apply my foundation and go over that highlighted area just to make it a little bit more darker and not so bright and in your face. So I'm going to be using the Covergirl, the Ebony Bronzer, and I'm going to use this to kind of contour my cheeks a little bit and bring a little bit of warmth to my skin because it is the winter time, so I'm definitely pale. I'm just going to apply that all over my forehead as well. Now to darken up the look a little bit, I'm going to use Nars Casino, and I'm going to apply that in the same areas, my cheek and my forehead. And I'm going to use the Nars Casino bronzer just to darken up those areas I applied the ebony bronzer earlier. And also guys, like this step is definitely optional. I just like the whole bronzy look in the wintertime. It brings a lot of warmth to my face, and I am really loving this foundation. Like, why y'all ain't tell me Maybelline was popping? Like, this is some really good foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye concealer with this banana midnight powder. You don't have to use a banana midnight powder. You can actually use whatever type of setting powder you would like, but a setting powder is definitely needed when you're highlighting. Now let's get into these lips, child. I am using the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner, and I'm going to apply the Kat Von D Lolita lipstick to these lips, child. I have actually picked up this lipstick twice and returned it once and decided to pick it back up again. Not really my favorite. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not really a fan of Lolita. I know everybody loves it, but I don't. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Milkshake, and I'm just going to apply that right in the middle just to add a little bit more of color on my lips because I really wasn't feeling that lipstick. So I'm going to use a big powder brush, and I'm going to wipe away all of that banana midnight powder. So next I'm going to be using MAC Copper Tone Blush just to add a little bit more warmth to the skin and get those cheekbones really popping. So of course, with all of that being done, you want to make sure you blend everything out so you look even more flawless and more beat. Okay, and next I'm going to go in with my favorite highlighter, which is the Becca Opal highlighter. Like, look at that. Oh God, gorgeous. Really love this highlighter. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Next I'm going to go in and set everything using my Makeup Forever matte powder, which I love. It keeps me matte all day long. Best powder ever. So I'm going to finish up using the MAC Fix Plus spray, and voila, there it is. This is the final look of my Get Ready With Me video using the Maybelline Fit Me Drugstore foundation. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.